Hi, this is Kary York with InsuranceResourcing.com, and you're watching a 10-part interview series. Today we are on question number 6, part 2, which is why did you leave your past positions? Today we're tackling the harder parts of this question, and that is, what if the reasons you left weren't so positive? Well, there's 3 basic areas we're going to cover. Number 1 is being fired, number 2 is mutual, and number 3 is a personal illness. So let's start with the hardest one. Number 1, you were fired, and you were fired for cause. The reason you want to make sure that you don't lie about this is it doesn't take much in the industry for a few phone calls to be made for someone to find out what really happened. So your best bet is to own up to the error and make sure the employer understands that you've learned from it and now you're moving on. At best, the employer is probably going to be able to do is call your old employer and get dates of employment only, but that's almost like a kiss of death. So you have to do your best in this answer to fix the problem. So here's a quick answer. Well, at my last position, I was actually let go. I had made an error in judgment. I had decided to handle an account a certain way, and the producer wasn't happy about it. The producer complained, the client complained, and unfortunately, I was the one that it came down on. And in hindsight, I would have handled things differently. I should have made sure that when the claim came in, that I had contacted all parties, and I had just taken it to another person, and I didn't follow through. What I learned from that is I certainly won't do that again, and I'll make sure that I've covered all my bases and that everybody is aware of what happened. Nice answer, shows that you care, shows that you learned from it. Second one, well, it was a mutual decision. Okay, so as a recruiter, if I hear that word mutual, don't buy it. Nothing is mutual. It basically means that you were let go and you had some say in it, but it still means you were let go. And I can make 2 phone calls and I can find somebody who's going to tell me that, and so can the employer. In fact, they can probably find that your old position was refilled pretty shortly thereafter. So be honest about it. You can say, typically it's got something to do with communication within a department. You could say, well, it was a difficult place to work for me personally. I struggled with the culture. I was branded as someone that wanted to make changes, maybe a little too quickly, and I was always looking for more things to do, and I don't think it's set really well with management. I think that some of the people that I worked with felt that I should spend more time working on my job and less time working on trying to fix things that they didn't see were broken. So since I was not real comfortable with the culture and they didn't feel like I was really a fit, we both decided to part ways. At least you're honest, and it's happened to everybody. Third situation, you had to leave due to a personal illness. This is tricky because it's really up to you to talk about it, but legally the employer can't ask you anything about the illness. So the easiest way to say is that you could say, I decided to take a leave of absence from the company. As it turned out, that wasn't going to be enough. I was struggling with some things personally with my health, and the good news is that it's all better now and I'm ready to resume employment. I tried to make sure that there was as little interruption as possible while I was out. Everybody's been sick in their life, or they know someone who has. All you have to do is be honest. So that kind of wraps up our why did you leave question. Stay tuned next week as we tackle the next question, which is where do you want to be in 5 years? This is Kary York with Insurance Resourcing.